guys, welcome on this new Coach Dev Academy Live Guide. I'm Corentin Guinez, and today we're gonna go with the McLaren 570S GT4 around the Red Bull Ring for week 5 of the Falcon GT4 Tire Challenge. As usual, first we're gonna go with the hot lap, and then I'm gonna go into more details about the track and the car as well. So yep, let's go. Alright guys, here we go for the lap around the Red Bull Ring with the 570S. Here is the last corner. Really important to place the car in the right position to carry as much speed as you can to start the lap. Here is T1, and as a braking point I'm gonna use the 100-meter board, so I'm gonna brake pretty much close to this board. I'm gonna use as much as I can from the run of painted area. Basically, I don't really know what's the limit, but I think it's when you put the 4 wheels off the curb, I'd say. If we look at the rules, there is nothing in the rules, but do not be too greedy basically on this one, because I think it's an easier track and it's not gonna give you that much advantage, I would say, if you go really deep on the outside. But as you can see, as soon as I'm getting close to the 100-meter board, I'm gonna jump on the brakes. I think on this one it's important to brake a bit earlier than later, because it means like if you brake later, you're gonna have to brake a bit more basically, and even stronger near the apex. And what you want on this one is to carry as much speed as you can on the exit, because then you have such a long straight, which is then for turn 2 or 3 a nice overtake opportunity. So you have to really think about the exit on this one. And same, like if you arrive with too much speed on the exit, you will probably unsettle the car with the yellow sausage curb on the exit, sorry. So then on the brakes around the 100-meter board, and then I'm gonna release step by step the brakes, as you can see, using all the curbing on the inside, and then I'm gonna go early on power. And as you can see, I'm trying to arrive as straight as I can around the yellow sausage curb, so then it doesn't unsettle too much the car. And same, like I think my right wheels are still on the curbing, if I'm right. Yeah, it's still on the curbing. So as soon as you keep your right wheels on the red and white curbing, it's fine. It's not gonna be enough track. So then we have that long straight. So I'm gonna go to the right side just to run a shorter distance, and then I'm gonna go to the left side to prepare the next corner, which is the hairpin. So it's pretty much the same approach for this one, using the same braking reference, so the 100-meter board on the left. Same as T1, I'm gonna try to use a bit of runoff on the left side, but not too much to not get any bad off track and ruin the quali lap, for example. Then I'm gonna jump on the brakes, and it's the same for this one. With this car, it seems like you have to really stay with high revs, because then if you are too low on the revs, the car like struggle a bit when you go back on power. So I'm gonna brake a bit earlier for this one. I think most of the time you could brake slightly after the 100-meter board, but for this one I prefer to brake like as you can see, a bit earlier. And then because it helps me to keep a bit more speed through the corner, because if I brake a bit too much, if I brake a bit too late, I would say I'm gonna have to slow down a bit too much the car in the middle of the corner. And also because if I brake a bit too much, I'm gonna hit the ABS, which means like I will struggle to find the rotation, which means I have to slow down even more. So I'm gonna try to brake a bit earlier for this one. So just before the 100-meter board, jumping on the brakes, and then I'm gonna try to release the brakes. And as you can see, I'm gonna try to jump on the power as soon as I can. So basically, when I'm getting close of the inside curb, by the way, I'm not using the sausage on the inside. I'm just using the red and white curb. And then I'm gonna go back fully on power. I'm gonna try to find the rotation. And also I'm gonna try to not slide the car too much. That's why I'm braking earlier as well, because then it gives me the chance to put the car straight a bit easier compared to if I was braking a bit too late. Then I would have to put much more steering angle, and then maybe unsettle the car a bit more, because on the exit I need to find basically the rotation out of the power. So yeah, it helps me to brake basically a bit earlier, and then as you can see, putting the car as straight as I can for the exit. Then we have this long straight. At the end, it's another overtake opportunity, and then we have this corner ruts again. It's pretty much always the same approach. You use the runoff on the entry, not too much, and then you're gonna look at the 100-meter board. I think for this time I'm pretty much braking between the 200-meter board and 150. So I'm gonna go on the brakes. Same for this one. I prefer to brake a bit earlier, because if I brake too late, and basically because it's a downhill corner, so you have more momentum with the car. So it means like if you brake too late, you're gonna have to hit the ABS, and then it means you're gonna go really wide and miss the apex. So I prefer to brake a bit earlier for this one. As you can see, it's a bit sketchy on the curbing, but it's fine, to be honest, as soon as you're not turning in too aggressively. And then I will release the brakes. As you can see, I'm trying to find all the curbing on the inside to find the rotation, and then I'm gonna go early on power as usual to find the rotation. Then we're gonna move into the most funniest part of the track with the S's. So as you can see, I'm going to the right side of the track, and then I'm gonna brake. I think I'm braking between these two boards, like the corner before, braking maybe 65 meters or so, I would say. I'm gonna go slightly on the brakes, not gonna try to put too much brakes, because I need to carry quite some speed through this one. And for this one, I'm gonna try to aim for the curbing on the inside, because it helps me actually to find the rotation with any cars you can drive, like GT4, GT3s, TCR. It's always gonna give you an extra rotation on this one, which is pretty good, because then you can carry a bit more speed through the exits, I would say. So then, as you can see, I'm pretty early on the power, because even before I'm getting to the curb, just when I'm getting close to the beginning of the curb, I'm going on power. So as you can see, using all the curb on the inside, and then I'm gonna try to use as much runoff as I can. Basically, it's more curbing than runoff, but for the exit of this one, you're gonna try to keep your left wheels on the red and white curb, because then it's gonna be enough track if you go a bit too deep. So yeah, just make sure that you stay with your left wheels on the curbs, like I would say pretty much all around the track. And then I'm gonna prepare the next corner, which is basically the same approach. So you basically have to do the same thing on the apex using all the curbing. But for this one, I'm gonna try to enter and have a later apex. So I'm gonna brake basically as soon as the green painted area is just after the windshield, I would say. So then, as you can see on the brakes, then I'm gonna try to enter a bit later. Like I'm not gonna go straight away for the apex right there. I'm gonna wait a bit to make the apex. So then I'm gonna try to put a small amount of brakes, because I need to find the rotation and not reach the ABS. And as you can see, I'm early on power. Try to find the rotation. It's actually a bit trickier with the McLaren, so you have to really be careful on the entry to not carry too much speed. Otherwise, sometimes the front can be a bit lazy and you can get a bit of understeer. And then for the exit, it's pretty much the same. Do not choose too much green. Do not go too much over the green painted area, because then it can be an off track. And I'm not sure if the off track is when you go like a bit on the gravel, or if you use too much of the green painted area. But I think as soon as you keep your left wheels on the curbing, it's fine. My left wheel is still on the curbing, so it's fine. But yeah, just be careful on this one. And then I'm gonna try to stay as close as I can to the right side of the track to not get any off track, and also because not to get the off track, but to shorten the distance and run less distance and win some time. And I'm not gonna take care much about the left curbing. It doesn't matter really that much, to be honest. And then we're gonna approach the tricky part of the track, because this one is really, it's really important to think about the exit most of the time, but this one is pretty much the example we have to think about this track, because if you go too wide on the exit of this one, you can basically get the off track, which ruins the lap. So for this one, I'm gonna brake before the 50-meter board. So I would say pretty much like at the beginning of the S, it's like 65 meters or 70 meters or so. And then I'm gonna go slightly on the brakes. Same for like the S is using the curbing on the inside to give the car some rotation. And then you have to be patient on the exit of this one, because as you can see, it's getting a bit bouncy. So I have to stay kind with the throttle. And then as soon as I'm getting close to the curbing and when I'm getting ready to straighten the wheel, I'm gonna go back fully on power, as you can see. Then I think you have to really be careful on this part of the track. I think you have to keep your right wheels at least maybe on the white and green curbing, but I'm definitely not sure. If I look at the rules, I guess I will talk about it. Yeah, I guess you have to keep your right wheels on the on this green and white curbing, because I think if you put your both right wheels on the all green curbing, it might be enough track. So yeah, I would say just keep your right wheels on the on this red, green and white curbing. So then as soon as you are on this part of the track, you have to think about the exit of this one, which is really important. So what I'm doing on this one is that I'm gonna brake pretty early, I would say. So basically, I'm braking like 2 or 3 meters, maybe even more, before the end of the Austrian flag on the runoff. And then I'm gonna aim for the apex. I'm not gonna go too deep on the inside, because then it can be an easy way to get at least enough track. I think it's only enough track. So I'm gonna use a bit of the sausage, even if you don't really feel that much the sausage, because I think the sausage is placed into a dip, I would say. So you don't really feel much of the sausage, which is pretty good, because then it doesn't unsettle the car too much. So then I'm gonna use this sausage, and as soon as I'm getting past the sausage, I'm going fully on power. So it's really important, as you can see, to not carry too much speed on the entry, otherwise you're gonna get the bad understeer on the exit. And then if you exit too much, exit too wide, and you go on the Austrian runoff on the exit, you're gonna get the off track. And also because then I can straighten the wheel a bit quicker than if I was going a bit faster on the entry, which means I can carry a bit more speed, and I don't really have to. I can go earlier on power, and I don't have to lift in the middle of the corner. So yeah, then you can use all the runoff and all the green painted area on the exit of the track. And yeah, that's it for the lap around the Red Bull Ring with the 570S GT4. Alright guys, that's it for today with the 570S around the Red Bull Ring. Hope you liked the video and hope you learned a bit from it as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the Discord server if you have any questions about the data packs. And yeah, that's it for me today. We will see you for a next lap guide next week. And yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.